Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Triton Girls Basketball Senior Night. To begin with, we'd love to recognize Lynnfield seniors as well. First up, talking about past. First up for Lynnfield, we have senior Ava Gamont. Next up, we have senior Addie Thomas. And now for Triton seniors. At this time, we do want to recognize what could honestly be described as a truly terrific group of seniors and a truly terrific group of families. Families, please come out to center court for a picture once your daughter is announced. First off, senior Bella Basil. She will be joined tonight by her parents, Kelly and Alice. Coach would like all senior parents to come down and get ready. Next up, we have senior Leah Hathaway. Leah will be joined tonight by her parents, Nick and Ginny, her brother Jack, and her lifelong friend, Gabby Side. Thank you, Hathaways. Our next senior, Sophie Lazinski. Sophie will be joined tonight by her parents, Lauren and Nick. Next up, senior Kendall Davis. Kendall is joined by her parents, Blake and Karen, and her brother Zach. Last up tonight, with Carlton Lace, please welcome senior Reese Randall. Reese is joined out by her parents, Tom and Josette. Thank you very much, Triton seniors. Truly a phenomenal class.
Congratulations to the seniors and their families. Ladies and gentlemen, the MIAA takes pride in being able to provide student athletes with the opportunity to compete in an environment built upon the principles of fair play, mutual respect, and good sportsmanship. As such, we ask that all spectators, student athletes, and game officials do their part to support this worthwhile endeavor. And now for the starting lineup for tonight's game, starting with the Lynnfield Pioneers. Number 2, Erica Pasquale. Number 4, Ava Gamache. Number 10, Emma Rose. Number 11, Taylor Valentin. And number 12, Hayden Valentin. The Pioneers are coached by Sue Breen. And now the starting lineup for your Triton Vikings. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand as you're able and remove your caps as we present the Star Spangled Banner.
All right, welcome to Byfield, Massachusetts, Triton Regional High School, home of the Vikings, and we're here tonight for senior night for girls basketball. I'm Patrick Heffernan, joined by Matt Doring. What are you looking forward to in this game, other than just the excitement of seeing all 5 seniors on the court to start off?
Yeah, I think that's first and foremost. Just this has been a class that's put a lot of time. 5 great seniors, and tonight, obviously we want to get the win. Obviously we want to play hard, but we really want to celebrate the accomplishments of what these 5 girls have brought to the program.
How many years have they been playing together?
Some of them have been playing together since 3rd grade.
It's incredible.
But really the 5 of them pretty much fairly consistently from 5th grade on.
From 5th grade on, yeah. Excellent. Yeah, and so this caps off, just a great youth and high school basketball career for these girls. I don't think any of them are going on to play in college, so this is their last home game.
I'm not entirely sure what Kendall's future plans are in terms of college, but this is definitely the culmination of their high school careers.
Well, we need a win. Let's get a win. That's the most
Absolutely.
important thing. It'll bring them up to 500 on the season and give them a shot at the playoffs. We'll go over that later. Lynnfield taking the ball first. Lynnfield coming into this game only 6-10 this year. Traditionally has always been a bit of a powerhouse team, but seems to be having an off year this year.
Yeah, they seem to be. I have not seen them play this year. I do know that some of the typical powerhouses in the Cal have not been playing up to sort of their historical performances.
And Leah Hathaway with the drive gets fouled. Fantastic. She's going to go to the line after Lynnfield hit their first basket. Go ahead.
No, and that's great to see, too, because if I'm Lynnfield, I've scouted Leah, and I know that she's an outside shooter. So for her to really, on her first possession, take it and drive to the basket, get the foul, it's a great start.
And that was good look by Kendall to let that pass go by her, although I don't think she really meant for it to go by her, but that's all right. It got to Leah in her hands, and she went to the line.
It's nice. Senior night, Pat. It was clearly intentional.
Oh, okay. All right. It's the magic of senior night, huh? So she doesn't convert either one. Triton's still down now, but good pressure early on. Lynnfield ran a full court press as well when Triton had the ball. We'll see how this defense shapes up for Triton. In a man-to-man. I know when they played for you, they never played anything but man-to-man, right?
Yeah, it was illegal. I basically equated zone defense to the eighth sin, and they bought into it for a while, so that was great.
But they've been playing zone defense for a little bit here under Coach Dulles. And again, Leah fouled 2 times down the court, and 2 fouls on Lynnfield.
Yeah, and if you want to pick a Triton player to go to the line, there's many options. Leah would certainly be near the top of that list.
He's up top. Looks like they're running Kendall back and forth through the lane. Nice screen there by Kendall. She picked and rolled. Now she's going to get the ball. Chance to work inside. And that won't drop. Chance to get the rebound. It's going to go out on Lynnfield.
Very, as you noted, Pat, very, very well executed play. I mean, to set the screen up top, seal her, drive down, and then have an immediate pass into the post like that, great opportunity for Triton. Didn't convert, great opportunity.
But the third foul already on Lynnfield. So, ball way out to Reese. Chance for Leah to shoot. She passes it up. Looks inside again. Again, a chance for Kendall to go to work. She does. That one won't drop either. I feel like the last game I called, the exact same thing happened where that end of the court just didn't seem to want to let the basketball go in.
And give credit on that to Reese Renda, and I think I say this every game that I call with you, an inexplicable number of rebounds.
Yeah, she was there fighting for the ball on that one, right?
Yep, absolutely.
It's Kendall, chance to shoot. She's going to want to have that one back. That's one of those ones that you're too open. Makes it harder to shoot.
Yeah, and again, I mean, like this is an exciting night for the players. To come out maybe a little bit, not I don't want to say jitters, but not as focused as they have been. They'll settle down. They'll settle down and play well.
Yeah, this is an 8-9 team coming into this game, ranked 30th in Division III by the MIA Power Rankings. Facing, and there's the first basket of the game. The Triton Vikings, and they're going to stay in a press now.
I mean, cross the lane left-handed, power move like that, that's tough to guard at this level.
More of that, please, all game long. Lynnfield without too much trouble breaking the press, but you can't break Reese.
No.
No matter what you try and do, you're not going to get away from her. So again, Lynnfield coming in 6-10, number 41 in the power rankings. So this is an important game for Triton in the power rankings and to set themselves up for the playoffs.
Yeah, and actually probably an important game for Lynnfield as well. I mean, I think that you said that they're 40th, so not out of it in terms of getting to that 32nd spot. Both teams coming out hungry and playing hungry to start the game.
And there's a nice steal. Chance to convert here. She's going to take it all the way in. Oh, led with her elbow, and that's going to be a charge. A little bit of a student section here tonight, which is nice for senior night.
Fabulous to see.
Triton again in the press. It's a straight up man-to-man full court press, yeah? Yeah. Chance for a layup here. Number 21 takes it in. That won't go. That's one of the two. No, 21 is not one of their starters. I didn't even know. One of their starters must have gotten in foul trouble right away. Oh, Reese all the way into the basket, but she stepped in around.
Good idea.
Triton going to the bench now. Leah and is that Sophie coming off?
Yep. It's like Margaret and is that Lily?
I believe so.
That's one thing that's really nice about this Triton team is they can go very, very deep and play the type of pressure defense that I think Coach Doss wants to play based on what we've seen here. I mean, to bring in Margaret and Lily off the bench, those are hyper athletic, will pressure the ball, will disrupt it, could cause some good results for Triton tonight.
Lily DeAndrea, just a sophomore too, coming into this game, so good for her to get some time on senior night while she's a sophomore, and that's going to be a lucky pass. And unfortunately, I think Triton's passing is they're just turning the ball over too much, and I think it is a little bit sort of opening jitters,
because it's interesting the decisions for the passing. Bella on that one, Reese coming across the baseline on the prior one.
Right.
They're making the right decisions. It's the execution that they just have to settle down and execute, which they will.
If you're Coach Dulles, do you call a timeout here? Or is it too early?
I think it's too early.
Yeah.
I mean, it's only a 2-point game. They're not playing poorly. They're just not finishing. They're just not making all the conversions that they need to make.
And it's actually kind of amazing. It's only a 2-point game. It feels like it's more than that, but Lynnfield just hasn't been able to convert much either.
No, and Triton's defense has been great. I mean, they've forced turnovers. They've forced bad decisions by Lynnfield. They've come out playing a more aggressive defense than I've seen in the prior games this year.
Shoot that. Nope, just going to pass it up. Reese going to look inside to Kendall, not there. Out to Margaret. She'll work it inside. Here goes Kendall with that hook.
Yeah.
That'll drop. Tie ball game, just like that.
And when you have a player with Kendall's skill that's also willing to play physical in the post, I mean, you saw that she's on the opposite block. She basically knocks the defender off their physicality, cuts across, and can make a difficult shot. When she's on, that's tough to stop.
It's the kind of thing you would think teams by now, 18 games into the season, would have scouted that a little better, but maybe not. Maybe it's not quite like that in Division III here.
Well, I mean, I do know as well that Triton's been kind of protective in terms of their game tape as well, and letting that out. So I don't know how much scouting has occurred. Another
turnover by Lynnfield, I would say forced by Triton's defense again, and there's the timeout. And I think it's Lynnfield that took it. Yeah.
I think that's right.
Yeah. So, kind of a herky-jerky start to the game here on senior night. Just 4-4 with just 3.5 minutes left in the first quarter. But what we've seen from Triton is when they have executed on their passes, they're looking good. Kendall going to work in the paint is great. We haven't seen, I don't think, other than Kendall taking one shot from just outside the paint, we haven't really seen anybody shoot from the outside. Leah Hathaway had a chance early, passed it up and drove the lane instead, and I'm wondering how much hitting a couple of outside shots would maybe get them more into the rhythm of their offense.
It could, but this could also be the game plan that Coach drew up. I mean, because what we saw was, they're trying to get him in foul trouble. They seem to have what I would call an athletic physicality advantage over Lynnfield at this point. And so, why rely on the outside shot until you need to if you can sort of press the game in the paint?
Yeah, 100% on the physicality part. They definitely seem to come into this, like we said, both teams need this game.
Yeah.
Triton maybe a little bit off at the beginning just because of the senior night jitters, but definitely playing hard and playing physical, which is good.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm Coach Doss, I'm actually pretty pleased with what I've seen because where they haven't succeeded, those are correctable decisions.
And right there, another decision not to shoot from the outside, but to instead just keep working it in. Kendall, chance to work. She's going to go to it. Nice move. That's her third bucket of the game.
Yeah, and second bucket off of a very similar move.
She can do that all night.
Well, and to your point about scouting, you can scout that all you want, unless you're going to be dropping a second defender in to help it. The girl that was defending her was playing very good defense.
Yeah.
Didn't matter.
Yeah. And there's wide open underneath. Doesn't see her. She's going to have to swing it all the way out to Kendall. Kendall's going to take a three this time. Falls short. Oh, my gosh, Reese Frenda. You got to be kidding me. Yep. Is that Reese? Yeah.
That is Reese. Reese again.
So 2 rebounds for Reese. Kendall with a shot inside. That one doesn't fall.
Great
and
team.
Reese with a steal.
Fabulous defense.
There's games where she almost never comes out.
Reese?
That wouldn't be surprised if it's a game like that tonight.
Another bucket for Kendall.
Kendall in the paint.
I think she has all 8.
She has all 8 points. They're all inside. Yep. Every single one of them has been within a foot of the basket.
2 with the right hand, 2 with the left hand, I think.
Lynnfield's offense really there hasn't been anything consistent. That was on the line, not only going to be 2. Instead, it's a rebound for Kendall.
If they push it, yep, they have it.
Good little move inside,
Great
and
body
she's
control.
fouled. Well done, Lily DeAndrea, making the most of her time on the court.
Yeah, I mean, and Lily is a sophomore, but showed, as you know, excellent basketball IQ there. I mean, got out ahead, didn't overrun the play, allowed Kendall to make the pass, and then made a quick move to the basket. Perfect.
You never coached her, though, right?
No,
Yeah.
no. One summer, but she's she could be a good evolve into a very good player for Triton in the next couple of years.
And she typically plays sort of the point forward position. I mean, she's not running the point anyway. I mean, that's definitely Reese's job on this team. But that's sort of the position she's playing out there.
I think that's right. I mean, if I have a player like Lily, at least offensively, I'm deploying her kind of like there, where you're using her to sort of attack, finish in the mid-range, or finish at the hoop. Excellent athlete.
So good pressure by Triton, making it difficult for Lynnfield to get any kind of rhythm on their offense.
Yeah, with the way that Triton's playing defense, Lynnfield's going to have to be executing much crisper on offense if they're going to have a chance here.
And there's another high basketball IQ play, but she misses the layup, a little bit too excited for it. And there's going to call a jump ball, yep.
Yeah.
Triton ball, a little collision there at midcourt, or right at the top of the key.
Yeah, there was a chorus of "ooh" that rang out.
It's a physical game. It's not rugby, but it seems like it sometimes. Triton beating the press with absolutely no problem at all,
No.
which is a fantastic change. We've seen Triton teams in the past struggle with that. Could almost call that an outside shot. Was that an outside shot?
No, she had one left foot in the paint.
This is the farthest away she's been from the basket. Made a basket tonight. Coming down to just 40 seconds left in this first quarter. After a very slow start, Triton has picked it up. Launches the 3, doesn't go. Easy rebound inside. Beautiful block by Kendall Liebert. Kicks it back out, and the shot clock is off. 20 seconds to play.
It's a beautiful block by Kendall, but really they had 3 Triton girls converge and collapse. Really, the Lynnfield player had no opportunity there.
19.5 to play here. 11-6 in the first. Absolutely picked up. The first 4 minutes of this were just very uncertain from both teams.
Yeah, if you're watching this game on replay, skip ahead.
Yeah. Rebound inside doesn't go to Kendall. Instead, it's going to be Lynnfield ball again. Not sure how that would work. If somebody watched all the way up to this point, how could you then skip ahead from the part that,
Don't apply logic to what I say,
Okay.
Pat. You'll never win.
I should know that after all these years, shouldn't I? Out again. Also, again, it's Lynnfield ball.
But boy, Coach Dallas has them really amped up defensively this year.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, even when it's off them and they make a mistake, it's because they've been too aggressive. I mean, that's
Right.
a first world problem to have.
Right. No real time to shoot. Finally goes up. Too late, and that's how we're going to end the first quarter. 11-6. A nice little run by the Triton Vikings. After coming out a little bit slow, down 4-0, basically went on a 11-2 run there to close out the first quarter. So now I think they're going to settle into the game a little bit more. Now is when you tell them, all right, we're executing, we're making it happen. Let's keep running at this pace. You're over the senior night stuff. Let's just make it happen, right?
I think that's right. I mean, but the one thing I'm not telling them to do, and you alluded to this as well, don't slow down. I mean, this is truly all gas, no brakes at this point in time. It's their frenetic pace that is causing Lynnfield so much problem. So if the result of that frenetic pace is, okay, maybe you're too aggressive or too hyper going up for layup, or you lose the ball out of bounds, I don't care. I'll make that trade every day of the week.
Yeah, and the defense has been really fantastic, and it's something that I think is a change with Coach Dallas, I would say. I mean, I think he's got this team playing defense better than we've seen Triton teams in the last couple of years. I can't say. Can I say a couple of years? So it's only. So I'm trying to think of when Maeve's last season was. So I don't want to say that they didn't play defense well then. But anyway, back to the game, right?
Well, what I've liked so far out of Coach Dallas is, and I full disclaimer, I've not seen every single game, is that he doesn't seem to be overcoaching them. He seems to be relying on principles and aggressive defense and creating opportunities from what's given, as opposed to a coach that might have a play-driven system,
right?
Where you can get bogged down and things can go bad quickly if you don't execute those.
Yeah, I mean, from what we've seen on their offense, it's been rely on smart passing to Kendall, rely on your foul on the outside of number 12.
Yep.
Rely on your wings, your small forwards or point forwards to know where to move the ball to. It doesn't seem to be a system of strict plays running here and there.
No, and the other thing that Triton's doing well is the players that are on the weak side are shifting into spaces, because you've noticed a couple of times the Lynnfield players haven't reacted back and rotated back, and we've had a couple of openings. They haven't taken the shot; they've decided to drive instead. But if that keeps up, they will have some opportunities as the game goes on.
So Lynnfield player knocks them both down. So it was a quick way to get 2 points to start off this second quarter. Like that right there, just very sharp, crisp passing right to a shooter. Doesn't go, but it was a good look.
Perfect.
Lynnfield with the drive. Nice little drive, nice little bucket. Wow, that was a quick 1-2 from Lynnfield to get this game just to a 1 point difference.
Yeah, Lynnfield's not going to roll over. I mean, they're fighting for their playoff lives as well. It's a very
Kendall
good
inside. I don't know how she even got that shot off, but she did. She gets that shot off, and that'll drop for Kendall.
I think that's 12 points for Kendall to start this game.
It sure is, yeah. Just the 1 point by Lily DeAndrea from the line.
Yeah.
Everything else has been Kendall. Smart pass inside. Her teammate almost wasn't there, but it worked out for Lynnfield. They're moving the ball inside as well. Solid defense by Margaret. Almost a great play by the Lynnfield player, but instead Reese comes up with it. Off to Kendall. She's got Leah on the wing if she wants her, but she's going to go herself.
Yep.
Good take. Doesn't go. Great rebound. Banging around inside. They're going to call a foul on Kendall. Yep.
Little bit of a foul out of frustration there.
Get a term for that?
Oof. Credit Coach Dan Letard for that one.
All right.
That was a foof.
So Lynnfield's offense, in the swing of this. Lily DeAndrea now twice has run over that girl. Now she's a chance to put in a layup. Fouled on the way up. She's going to go to the line again.
Looks like we're going to have Sophie subbing in for...
Probably Reese, yeah? Doesn't she come out once in a while?
No, I'm not sure. I mean, I think they keep her on there for the ball handling. I thought she was going to go in for Lily, based on the fact that she went back to the bench for a second when Lily went to the line.
And that's another make for Lily at the line.
Comes in for Leah. Sophie's one of those players that I just really enjoy watching her play defense. She's so fast, she's so quick. Even when she gets beat, she recovers so quickly.
And right on cue, she's right there, but unfortunately a foul on the other end by Lily.
Yep.
And again, the second quarter has started a little bit like the first one did, sort of a little bit, both teams a little bit out of sync.
I'm curious to see what adjustments Lynnfield's going to make on offense. If not now, then not at halftime.
And looks like one of the Triton students is going to be getting a little chat from one of the administrators. Can't make barking sounds while the other team is shooting. You can clap and cheer and make noise, but you can't bark. Oh. number 11 gets away with a little bit of grabbing, but Kendall's all the way down with it. Tries to swing it out to Sophie.
Good idea, probably a second too late.
So I'm not sure what Lynnfield's offense is now, but I don't think that's what the coach called drawn up.
Yeah, the outside rotation on Lynnfield, I'm not sure what the design is there. Their inside movements have been fine. Outside, they almost shift in waves like a windshield wiper. That's dangerous.
That is dangerous, but it worked. And it worked back inside to Margaret. Should stay Triton ball. Nope, going the other way. So after a really solid end of the first quarter, Triton sort of stymied now. I think they just have the 3 points.
See, this is interesting. Coach has Leah and Sophie almost substituting in offense for defense. Curious to watch how that plays out as the game goes on.
Usually you save that kind of stuff for second half and oftentimes fourth quarter. And
like last 3 minutes of the game.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it's a 3-point game in a critical game.
Yeah.
If you pull out all the stops.
Ooh, could have been steps there. Instead, it's going to be Kendall Liebert going to work. Won't go, but she'll fight for the rebound. It's got to stay Triton ball. Oh, come on. Kendall getting frustrated, no doubt.
She is.
And Coach Dallas getting frustrated and taking a timeout. They've only scored 3 points in just about 3 minutes here in this second quarter. So,
yeah, like you said, starting the second quarter like they started the first quarter. So about 54 more seconds, and
they got to get their groove going again. Yep. And I don't think it's not been on offense. They've had some good looks. They've had a bunch of either fast breaks or turnovers that have turned into opportunities. Ball's just not dropping. And on defense, it's the same kind of intensity. I mean, on defense, they've only given up 5 points, so it's not like they're falling apart here. It's a point a minute.
I feel like they've been playing a lot of transition offense this quarter, and they haven't had success in it for various reasons. I can't remember too many times they've sort of gotten set up, played their motion, played their read and react. And once they did that, they had many opportunities in the first quarter.
Right.
A lot of them through Kendall. They haven't. I can't recall too many times where we've set up on offense so far this quarter.
In this quarter, no, it really hasn't been many. All right, so they come up with the same 5 that were out there, but Leah moving down to the end of the bench, looking like she's getting ready to go in. Still in that full court, full man press, which Lynnfield is having a lot more trouble with than Triton did. And right as I say that, of course, the girl dribbles right by her defender. So it's the curse of announcing. Anytime you say anything, you're almost guaranteed to be proven wrong within the next few seconds.
I'll be on the lookout for that.
That was steps right there, but number 4 gets away with it. Number 10 going to shoot again. She's got some kind of a green light from that spot. They had a man advantage for a minute. That's erased, and now they're just going to go to work.
We're setting up, flashing Kendall.
Going to work inside. There's another basket. Yep. So when Lynnfield adjusts, tough call. When Lynnfield adjusts and they start either double teaming Kendall or force, well, you can't really force her one way or the other because she's gone up with her left and gone up with her right. So at some point they're going to have to double team her or find some other way to deny the ball to her. Maybe front her. I don't know. Yeah. But at that point, maybe we'll see Triton's offense shift to to taking more outside shots. Here's the offense for defense sub you were talking about.
Well, when you're playing an opponent where one of their players has scored 14 to 16 points, you need to do something. And either that's switching to some sort of zone, perhaps a 2-3 where they can pack the paint for Kendall to do damage. Maybe they're playing more of an aggressive help, where really they're running someone off to double team Kendall every single time. But you can't do nothing.
So kind of a weird call there. They end up calling the kickball on Lynnfield. Give it back to Triton. A little bit of luck for Triton on that one. Kendall made a pass she probably shouldn't have to Reese, but Reese with it now. Margaret setting up inside.
It was kind of close to a backcourt, but I guess she was in the air.
Yeah, technically her last steps were on the front court and then she went to the back court, but
Both feet in the ball, my friend.
so fresh shot clock. Here they come again. Margaret outside. She's going to look to Kendall. Kendall can't quite get the position she wants. There's Leah with a chance to shoot. She does. She's going to get her own rebound.
Stat padding.
I don't think so. I think she'd rather have that go in. Kendall with a drive. Doesn't go.
She may have got bounced around a little bit on the way in there, but not enough.
Lillian Reese with some pressure. That's a good shot, actually. I mean, it didn't
Good
go,
rebound.
but solid shot from number 4 on Lynnfield. They need to do that, actually. They need to start putting the ball up because their offense isn't working any other way.
Nope.
Chance to go inside. Back to Reese up top. Oh,
Nice
there we
shot.
go. There's Leah Hathaway with her 3.
If Leah Hathaway didn't hit a three-pointer on senior night,
There's the timeout. So now it's starting to open up. So that's what I was looking for, was that outside shot from Leah that'll drop. And now Lynnfield is caught because you got to go out and guard that. But on the other hand, you can't leave Kendall alone or guarded just by one player in the paint.
no. And Margaret as well. I mean, it's a nice luxury too. What you usually see is they set up Margaret with a flash to the high post, and then Kendall sort of like comes in behind her. But if that first option goes to Margaret, she's equally adept at scoring in similar ways. So
Now, she's a sophomore or a junior?
She's a junior.
She's a junior now, so okay. Yeah, this team with 5 seniors graduating, it's going to be tough. They've got just the 2 juniors, Ashley Jones and Margaret Welch, as seniors next year. Although sometimes you get players that come in that have taken time off and come back to the game. So Triton could see that as well.
and what will be nice too, which will be an advantage going to the next year, is that it'll be year 2 of Gray, of Coach Dallas. So even the juniors that are coming up, they'll have had a year in his system,
Right.
And we're going to come out, with additional level of understanding and ability that they didn't have coming into this year.
Right. Yeah, because even though we haven't seen like a system in terms of an offensive system, it certainly is his way of coaching is different than coaching we've seen in the past.
Correct.
So let's see what kind of adjustment they made on offense from Lynnfield. They go inside. That was actually a nice play, just the girl wasn't ready for it, wasn't looking for it. She got the shot off anyway, and now they'll come back inside again. Nope, going to have to kick it out and find somewhere else to go with the ball. Try and stick it with their players well, doing the switch when they need to. And just not letting them in the paint, although there was almost a mistake by Margaret. 2 minutes now, 2 minutes in this first half. Leah, chance to shoot. She doesn't. She goes to Kendall instead, inside. Little move.
Pretty strong. Yeah, and I think that, going back to what we said before, like that second assistant is big because from what I recall watching Coach Dallas at Amesbury, and from what I've seen in the second half of the season, is he likes to play up tempo. He likes to play at a pace that the prior coach at Triton didn't. So, another season, as the season goes on, more conditioning, more running, more used to playing at that tempo, more used to, exercising your skills at that tempo. It's different. This is a different Triton team at the beginning of the year, and to have the underclassmen come in right out of the gate next year, that's going to be an advantage because he's going to be playing the way that he wants to play.
And he's got a youth system that's. I mean, we saw the little kids that were out here for the opening of the senior night, but I mean, he's got a youth system that traditionally has been pretty good for girls basketball. So continuing to tap into that will be important.
Traditionally, it has, Pat.
All credit to you, Matt. All credit to you.
And you and Steve.
I'm not going down that road. Just going to enjoy this basketball game.
Absolutely.
So still a 5-point game. Leah,
great look
all the way over, and there's a nice outside shot, and that is a little short, but
good job, Sophie.
Oh, nice. Sophie Lisinski, who's been pulled out just to play his defense, ends up getting a basket. Nicely done.
And 3 of the 5 seniors have scored on senior night as well.
So just need Reese to get a basket, and we're good, right?
I think Ella as well.
Reese and Ella. There's another turnover. Oh, going to be a foul on Leah. And that's going to, it sends him to the line, right, for shooting 2? Yeah.
Yep. 1-on-1, right?
I think it's shooting 2. I don't think there's 1-on-1 if you're playing quarters, then it's 7 to 1-on-1 and 10 is 2.
That's the quarters.
And if you're playing halves, if you're playing quarters, then it's 5 and you shoot 2.
That's right.
That'll come off. Another rebound for Kendall. Under a minute now to play. Leah's going to shoot again. That's going to drop. That is fantastic.
Inbounds, in range, Leah Hathaway.
Well, also it's the catch and shoot.
Yep.
And the fearlessness. Backcourt.
Yeah.
Barely. The fearlessness to shoot helps too.
Absolutely.
Even when you've missed a few in a row, just to know the next time you're going to make it. That's huge for a shooter. 44 seconds, a 10-point lead now. Chance for Triton to open this up just a little bit more before the half. Going to go inside to Kendall. Kendall, instead of going to work, she's going to send it out. There's another chance. She almost shot that, didn't she? There's Reese. Almost gets a basket.
Good board.
Big rebound. Going to call it a jump ball.
That's unfortunate.
It's going to stay Triton.
But again, Sophie rotated on the weak side to the position she was guarded. Kendall got aggressive D, found her. That's smart play by Soph.
Inside to Margaret. She's going to go to the line. It's got to be tough when you got two girls their height out there to defend against that. Both very adept in the paint.
Very adept. Both can score with either hand. Both, very athletic. Good footwork by both of them.
And Margaret Welch on the board.
Ashley coming in, and Ava, I believe.
45, Ava Johnson, yeah, another sophomore.
One of the things that's really impressed me about Coach Dallas this year is he uses his full team.
Yeah.
And he understands the importance of that.
Margaret Welch hurts them both. 26 seconds left on the clock now in this half. Lynnfield Pioneers looking for something, anything. Down 12 now. Running out of time. Good defense by Ava. That's going to go inside. And it's a turnover. Triton has 7 seconds to bring this ball down the court and do something with it. She should have shot. There's a shot right at the buzzer. Doesn't go.
Good decisions.
Solid second half of the second quarter there. Once again, we started a little bit slow. And once again, Lynnfield scored 5. And at the 4.5 minute mark, Lynnfield had 14 points. They commented that they had scored 5 points. They closed that gap down to 1 or 2 points, and then Triton with a big run at the end there.
Yeah, I don't know that Lynnfield has an answer for Triton's half-court offense. And this is coming from a guy that loves transition offense probably more than anything. but once they settled in, you get Leah making her shots. You get Margaret making moves. You get Kendall scoring in the paint. It's too many options unless you're an exceptional defensive team. You can't stop that.
Right. So we're going to see the duck throwing. Is that what this is? Duck throwing?
Oh, I would have bought a duck.
And then we're going to have a special guest appearance. Owen Heffernan, a former Triton Viking basketball player, former captain, 4-year player on the Triton Viking basketball team.
Rocking the mustache. This is fabulous.
Yeah. This is when I wish it was radio. Nothing you can do about it.
Nice to see you.
Owen. So as we watch the kids throwing the ducks, Owen, welcome to the game.
Hello. Good to be here.
Good to see you. What did you see in the first half? What'd you like?
I like the pass inside to Kendall. That seemed to work quite well.
Every single time, almost?
Yeah, just about. I think that their defense was pretty good, too. Triton's defense was great, figuring out that 12 was their sort of go-to player. But, yeah, even if Kendall didn't get the shot, the next shot was a good look. So it seems to work and keep going with that, I think, in the second half.
Yeah, Kendall cares about rebounds, so the first shot is usually a setup for the rebound and the
Stat
follow-up.
pad.
So,
Yeah, that's okay.
She's going for 1,000 rebounds in her basketball career.
Listen, she's no fool.
So we were both commenting the first half of the first quarter and the first half of the second quarter, they were both a little bit off. Neither team was playing particularly well. That first, very beginning, the first 4 or 5 minutes of the game, Triton Vikings definitely not themselves. We attributed that to senior night. And I know I'm asking about something that was like 6 years ago, but can you recall that senior night when you were here and how much it changed the way you started the game?
Yeah, I think a lot of it is just especially for the players that don't play as often and they get their time on the floor. They know that this may be their last game in this building, and maybe even their first game getting on the floor. So there's a lot of different kind of nerves, whether it be your first start or your last start. So a big mixed bag of emotions, I'd say, which definitely changes the way, especially in the very beginning of the game. Everybody's on the edge. Everybody's a little bit hesitant to dribble and to shoot. So I think we saw that for sure.
And is it the first made basket that sort of gets everybody to relax a little bit and just play basketball?
Honestly, I think it's the first stoppage of play, the first foul, the first timeout, where you can kind of breathe because everything kind of flies by until then. So, honestly, especially with a team like this that seems to be doing pretty well, they should just enjoy the moment because it is going to moves on pretty quickly.
Right.
But yeah, they seem to look good out there and they have it in control. So.
Well, I don't think any of the three of us are ever going to coach again. Oh, and you might coach, but so maybe a good thing to keep in mind is tell your players on senior night to go get a foul right in the first minute so they can stop the clock, reset it.
Not a bad strategy.
I did know a couple of coaches who you guys know as well that would literally, and I can't name names, there would be certain points in the game where the team was playing a little lackadaisical and would say, hey, go out there and get a technical, and it would fire people up. Just because of that, so
divert the attention, I guess, sort of change the atmosphere.
Just elevate the energy, right? I mean, it's just because you have to do something. Something has to disrupt.
Right.
I'm not advocating that, but
it's not a bad idea.
It's been known to happen.
And Owen, you've seen a huge number of Triton girls basketball games, having seen your sister play all 4 years, even after you. I mean, this is a very different kind of Triton offense that we're seeing, and I know you know Coach Dulles, and you've talked about basketball with him extensively. So, what is it what are you seeing? What are the Coach Dulles things that you're seeing as you watch this team play tonight?
Well, they seem to play a lot of. They have a very, it seems like, small set of plays that they know very well. He's not calling out a lot of stuff. It's also this point of the year, they know what they're doing. But they seem to run what they run pretty well and stick to it because if you do a play correctly, it's almost like going to work 90% of the time as long as the shot goes in. So I think that he sticks to that and they break the press well. They're talking a lot better than teams in the past. I think he's not big on the court talking, but I know in practices he gets loud and makes sure the girls get loud too. I'd say that there's definitely been a culture change, and I ran into him the other day, and I was saying that I hope that he stays for a while because the longer he stays, the more of a program this will become. Right. Similar to what Coach Clay did with the boys program for a while. He was here for a good amount of time, and they were young. They were kids that were growing up playing that wanted to play for him. And I think Dulles could have the same sort of thing here with the girls program where girls that he either teaches or coaches when they're younger would want to come and play for him on senior night. So hopefully we get to see that too as well.
Yeah, he's a real coach.
Yeah.
And even what was nice is they let me announce the girls' names for senior night.
Oh yeah.
And while I'm setting up, he's like Doran. I mean, he wants the game to go. And he's like, parents, get ready to go. Come down from the field. I mean, he is ready to play. He is prepared. He wants this to go. Let's get the noise out of it.
Yeah.
Let's get to work. Which candidly, I loved. I mean, that's a great attitude to have.
He is a very efficient person, whether in the classroom or in on the court. And I think that's definitely helped him make a smooth transition onto this team. They just got right into it right away. He came in here with a plan and clearly was a quick turnaround to getting this program back to 500. So, yeah. I think the sky's the limit.
The other thing that I do like about the way it coaches is the pace, is the tempo. There's clearly a priority on running, conditioning, and and kind of almost a no excuses type approach.
Definitely.
The other thing was, and I noticed this with Amesbury as well, he had a bevy of really otherworldly players at Amesbury. But the one I remember, like if things sort of broke down, things broke apart, if Drop was working, he would get his ball to his best player. He would get his ball to like a Flannery O'Connor, and she would get the bucket, and the team would sort of reset. And that's sort of what I've seen a couple times even here tonight, where like they run their plays. Sometimes it breaks down. You know what you do? You set up your offense. You get the ball to a Kendall Lieber.
Yep.
She scores. The team resets, refocuses, and you go from there.
Yeah, honestly, because seeing your best player score calms everybody down.
Right.
If they're having a bad night, it's a little bit hard to sort of step up, but it happens. But if your best player is going, then you feel very comfortable, even if you're behind. So, yeah.
So, Owen, one more question, because it is senior night, and 5 of these girls have been playing together, these 5 seniors, since they were 5th grade, which is pretty amazing, and some of them since they were 3rd grade. There were a couple players that you played with, at least one that you played with, pretty much from 5th grade, 4th grade on, right?
Yeah, I mean, there were a couple. There was Will Parsons, 1,000-point scorer here. Went on to play in college. Yeah, he was definitely one. Colin Ganzenmiller, he was also a player that I played with basically from the beginning. And then I had a few that came and went, but yeah, those 2 sort of stick out as my era of Triton basketball. Travis Madden was there.
Travis Madden, and so a lot of extra emotion. Not only is it senior night, but these are the girls that they've been playing with, and on top of it, they have their former coach sitting up here, talking about every play that they're making. Can only imagine the extra pressure.
Well, yeah, criticizing, every play that they're making.
I just said talking about it. I didn't say criticizing.
We'll have it die hard, Pat.
Yeah, hopefully they just stay in the present, because it never really hits you until it's over. But they still got a game to play. They still got a second half that they got to win, because this Lynnfield team is good. I mean, they got some good players and they seem to move the ball well. But I think they've just run into a better Triton defense and a solid Triton offense. So yeah, we'll see what happens.
I think that's exactly right. Hey, one last question.
Yep.
One-on-one in the driveway. You were Pops.
It's been me for a long time.
Thank you. Thank you. Correct answer, Owen.
But for a long time it wasn't. So
that's true. We had our eras.
And then you turned 8.
Yeah. That's all right. I'm comfortable with that. I'm fine with it. Excellent. Thank you very much, Owen.
Thank you for having me.
Man.
Yeah.
We're going to go into the second half here with a 12-point lead for the Triton Vikings. And looking at the stats, we have Margaret Welch. She made 2 free throws at the line. Kendall Lieber with 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 of the 26 points for the Vikings. Lily DeAndrea with 2 points also at the line. And, of course, Leah Hathaway with 2 3-pointers for 6 points. Sophia Lasinski with a bucket as well for 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Triton players have a basket, and as you said before, 3 out of the 5 seniors. So we got to get Isabel and Reese a bucket here before this game ends.
And it'll come. They're both the depth scorers. I'm wondering if Bella is if there's a health issue, because she didn't play as much as she normally plays. Obviously, you want to get her a bucket on senior night. I'm just wondering if there's more of the story.
That could be, and if she's limited by that, it's unfortunate, but I'm glad she's able to get out here. Reese, chance to get that bucket we're looking for. Goes to the line and drops it in. Reese Renda, unbelievable. And that's such a perfect Reese kind of score. It's a steal that she just takes end to end and puts it in,
Yeah. And
all hustle.
And it was on the right side. That helps as well.
But all hustle,
total hustle.
There's creating your own shot, and then there's stealing the ball from the other team and running all the way down the court and making your own shot.
Reese's motor, it knows no end.
And a lucky rebound for number 11. Can't convert it, though. And Reese with a rebound, of course. All the way out. Oh.
That's okay.
That's okay?
Yep.
It's both feet?
Both feet in the ball.
Both feet and the ball. Good point. Kendall going to work. That one won't drop. She almost gets the rebound. Instead, it goes to Lynnfield again.
So we doubled them up at this point.
Good drive to the basket by Lynnfield. That one's not going to drop, though.
Great drive. Better help by Lazinski.
All the way down to Kendall. Looks up top. She's got
That's
There's a
shot.
chance to shoot.
There's our fifth.
And it just comes out, but she gets her own rebound. Finds Leah for a shot. That one looked a little off from the jump. Coach Dulles yelling, "Don't reach," as Kendall was getting really close to drawing a really pointless foul at that point.
Has a two-word phrase ever been uttered more by a coach
Don't reach?
than "don't reach"? Third grade, fourth grade, senior year. Don't reach.
That's a tough call right there. Lynnfield player was definitely just driving for contact at that point. It's number 10.
He's a good player.
One of their starters.
Yeah.
Last name is Rose. I didn't catch the first name.
Good shooter. Probably not the player to foul.
Coach Dulles asking for an explanation.
Ref kindly reenacting it.
As long as he's reenacting what happened on the court, not not play acting something else out here. So we're good. Yeah, but actually, the refs have been great tonight.
They have been.
No complaints at all.
In a physical game.
Yeah.
They seem to be calling it correctly. Letting go needs to let go. Calling needs to be called. Keeping it under control.
Yep. The first time tonight, Lynnfield's press actually works. They force the turnover, go in the basket. They can't convert, though, and Reese comes back up with the ball, and instead of slowing down for anything, of course, she's right down the
What a
court.
pass.
Beautiful
What a
pass.
pass.
Doesn't quite go. She's there for the rebound. She's going to go to the line. Unbelievable pass by Reese Renda.
Hit Sophie in the hand, a dime.
And you know what? Sophie's hands were up and ready for the ball,
Yeah,
and she went right
perfect.
up with it. I mean, beautiful, beautiful fundamental basketball right there. You gonna miss these 5 seniors? You gonna miss them?
Absolutely. They're good people.
Yeah? Yeah, they've been enormously fun to watch.
You're trying to get me emotional. I know
I
what you're
am.
doing. Yeah,
I know my job.
I got it.
I'm supposed to get everybody emotional. That's the it's the announcer's job.
Hey, listen, I'm going to get emotional watching
the
Reese not even hit the
commentator's
rim on a free throw.
Yeah, you make sure you remind her
I
of that
will
after
remind-
the game. Yeah.
Oh, that was good. Great D, Reese.
Ball's going to stay for Lynnfield. And again, this third quarter starting the way the first quarter and the second quarter started. Neither team really kind of in sync. Oh, almost. Everybody was holding their breath there in the entire gym. Everyone that was watching. Is she going to make it? She going to make it? No.
Part of the problem was everyone was watching.
Right, right.
Come on, Pioneer, help your friend there.
So the press has gotten a little bit better, but not any more effective than the one time down the court. Kendall trying to set up inside. Going back up the top. Pass inside
Good idea.
that Isabel wasn't quite ready for, but yeah, it was a good look by Sophia Lisinski. It's going to shove that out, and there's a three-pointer. It's going to go off the rim, and good teamwork by Leah and Kendall right there to see that. Chance to pass it or just go herself. She's going to go herself. Hard foul by number 12. That would be one of the Valentin twins, Hayden, I believe.
Triton doesn't have enough twins. I feel like we always play teams that have, like, twins.
Yeah?
Where are our twins?
I don't know. I will say, when we moved here, it seems like everybody we met, there were twins. Like, just a shocking number. Remember the Kennedy twins?
Sure.
And then the Lojak twins. Of course, I say that, and then I can only think of 2 names. But Margaret going to come back in now for Leah.
Kendall knocked down her first.
Oh, she did.
So we have another minute and 10 seconds of frenetic basketball, and then 4 minutes of
And then we're going to settle right in.
settle in. Yeah.
Chance for a steal here for Triton. Great defense by Sophia, right on top of that girl. Rush shot by Lynnfield, not going to go, and then it's going to stay Lynnfield ball again. I think Coach Dulles wants them to grab the ball. That would be my sense from his actions at that last moment there as the ball was going out of bounds.
Well, if you get the pumpkin in the post, you got to squeeze it.
Good little drive to the basket. It's not going to drop. tip rebound's going to go to Lynnfield. Another shot that's not going to drop. So Lynnfield with 3 chances on that possession. Not one of them goes.
I feel like Lynnfield's come out of that half with a little more desire than Triton has. They've gotten several offensive boards. We just seem to be playing a little bit slower than we did in the first half.
Well, not everybody.
Not everybody.
See, I told you, the moment you say something is when the exact opposite happens.
Yeah.
Good hustle by Kendall. Even if you don't get the turnover there, you definitely disrupt them. Oh, and Coach Stollis going to take a timeout here and have a chat. Maybe you saw what we were seeing, if they didn't quite come out with the same fire as Lynnfield did. So a 33-16 lead for the Triton Vikings. It feels comfortable, but you never know. It's senior night, though. I can't imagine that would be quite a collapse. I don't see it coming. I see this team continuing to extend this lead, get themselves close to 60 points, hopefully by the end of this game.
Yeah, I don't see a collapse here. And the one thing where I will slightly disagree with the Heffernan, which I know I do at my peril, is this is an unconventional senior class. Like a lot of senior classes have, the player that's works hard, maybe doesn't get enough minutes. You have 5 seniors, 5 senior captains, 5 seniors who almost take turns starting.
Yeah.
It is far too experienced a group. Knock on wood when I say this, I don't see a 17-point collapse given the years of experience that this particular team has.
Well, credit to you. Look, you were able to do the math there. I was looking at those numbers and I couldn't come up with 17. No matter how many times I looked at it and didn't want to say anything because math is hard.
Carry the one.
Math is hard. There's that good intense pressure that they were looking for. There's that change, that timeout, definitely making a difference. Sophia right on top of her player.
She recovers like nobody. Good help, D. Disrupt it. Perfect. Oh.
There's a foul inside by Margaret. All right, so now I'm going to put you on the spot.
Please do.
Sophia Lisinski recovers like nobody else. What is sort of, and we know that Reese's motor runs all day.
Yeah.
So talk about the other 3 and sort of what's their defining basketball characteristic.
I'm not going to talk about Kendall because enough's been said about Kendall and probably will be for the rest of the game. Bella, excellent shooter. Left-handed, can be crafty in the lane, driving to the hoop with her left hand especially. I haven't seen her do that yet tonight, but I think that's one of her strengths. Would like to see her catch and shoot a little bit more. I do find her to be a very good 3-point shooter. And then Margaret, Margaret's just like, again, sort of a nonstop athlete. Disruption in the paint, gets the offensive rebounds, causes the outside player to change their shots over and over and over again. Grabs a rebound there. And for a girl that's a little bit taller and plays the traditional 4 position, you haven't seen a lot tonight, but Margaret's handle, I would describe as being well above average as well. So, she has a lot of the, she's a year behind Kendall, and, it's tough to compare her to, a player that's leading the Cal in scoring, but she has the tools to develop into a Kendall-like player for the team next year.
And how about the last senior, Leah Hathaway? What was her sort of defining basketball characteristic in the time that you coached her?
She's always been a shooter, and she's always been a fearless shooter. The other thing about Leah is she's also very tough in the paint, which you'll see from time to time at the high school level. But she's a girl that if she's going to get the rebound or just play in the paint, she's going to protect that ball. She's going to squeeze it. Just a pretty solid player on both ends. Like David, I do see Coach Dallas playing a little offense defense with Sophie and Leah. I don't fully agree with that because I think that they both I think Leah's a good defender. I think Sophie's good on offense, so I don't necessarily see a need to get too cute. But when you're playing for your playoff lives, you pull any lever you think you have to pull.
Right. And to talk about the playoff lives for a minute, so again, this Triton team, 8-9 coming into tonight, so 9-9 heading into their last game, which is tomorrow night at Beverly. They are currently the number 30 seed in the Division III MIA power rankings. Beverly, interesting enough, is a Division I team. They're 11-5. They're 35th in Division I. So just putting up a good game tomorrow night against that Beverly team should be enough to help Triton, because they need to be among the top 32 teams. Right now they're at 30. They should be able to hold on to that, if not move up a little bit with a win here tonight, and then some help from Beverly tomorrow.
which would be great because there was a period of time in the not so distant past where Triton wasn't known for making a lot of playoffs.
Right.
And I think somewhat with some fits and spurts, the culture has begun to shift more. Began to shift with the boys. During Owen's years as well, I believe they made up playoffs once or twice.
A couple times, yeah.
And the girls as well. So again, you and I. Nice shot.
We've been around Triton girls basketball for a long time.
Yeah, but it's good to see the progression.
Yes, 100%. 100%. So under 2 minutes now.
That's
There's
a great
Margaret
pass.
underneath. Great look.
Great pass.
Beautiful look. And that's actually Margaret's first basket of the game. She had a couple free throws that she made, but
yeah, good player.
pass inside, spin and move, not good enough. And here comes Reese the other way. She's got Kendall if she wants her, and she does. Beautiful play. Well done. I'm going to say those are two players that like playing with each other, like being on the court together.
They know where to go. They know where they need to be.
There's the handle you were talking about, and unfortunately it's going to be a turnover. Oh, that was close to to steps right there.
Might have been.
Under a minute now. Under a minute in the third quarter. Good little drive by Lynnfield, number 10.
Active hands by Margaret.
45 seconds now. Shot clock is still on, down to 30. Could go inside, they don't. Lily on the wing. She's going to go into Margaret.
I don't mind that entry pass.
Chance to shoot. She's going to drive instead. No, she's going to try and make the pass to Margaret. It doesn't work. There's Reese inside. That's going to reset, turn the shot clock off. It's going to stay Triton ball. Nice. 20 seconds. Ball comes all the way up into the third row.
Another lucky fan?
Another lucky fan. Good crowd tonight, too. The student section is thinned out a bit, but still a good crowd. Lily Dandry inside. Good little move.
Great move.
She'll go to the line again. Number 21 for Lynnfield.
Yeah, I think Triton's going to be in very good shape next year as well. I mean, even with only 2 juniors coming up, my guess is the hole they're going to have to fill probably is at the ball handling side.
Right.
And that's not a knock on the players that they have. It's just not probably their highest and best use on the court. So I don't know what the incoming freshmen look like, or the freshmen that are on the JV team right now. But if you can find that player, if you can find your Reese,
right.
I think they're going to be. I think they're a good squad.
Well, and I didn't get to see much of the JV game tonight, but it was a rout. I mean, Triton absolutely destroyed them. So that's a good sign as well. And that could have been steps. No, they're going to call it. Going to call it a foul. Lynnfield ball out of bounds. Foul on number 7. Do we even have a 7 out there? No. Not sure who that foul was.
Not sure it was either. Was it Margaret?
Might have been Margaret. 24. That makes more sense.
That was a good move.
Beautiful play inside by Lynnfield.
Yep.
That is probably going to close out the quarter. Not enough time to get down and shoot. So a 20-point lead, though, going into this fourth quarter. Absolutely incredible. Triton Vikings giving up only 7 points in that entire third quarter and adding 15 to their own total. See, I did the math pretty quick.
Well done.
Yeah,
well done.
How about that? Math is hard. 20-point lead. So we were looking at a 10-point lead, a 5-point lead at the end of the first quarter, and a 12-point lead at halftime. Now extended to 20 points. I don't know that 60 is in the cards. Another 20 points this quarter, but why not, right?
Well, it's interesting because I think in a normal game, 60 wouldn't be in the cards because what would happen is you'd probably be giving some players some additional minutes. This is senior night, right? I mean, so you want to play your seniors probably more and deeper and longer than you would normally in a game like this. Yeah. So I don't think 60's off the table, quite frankly. And we have a player like Kendall, who's probably going to be up for some individual honors, league wide.
Yep.
You want to give her every opportunity to showcase those abilities.
So starting in this fourth quarter, we're going to have Margaret and Kendall and Isabel and Ava, along with, of course, Reese. I don't think Reese has come out, right?
I don't think so.
As far as we can tell? No.
When you have so much of your offense running through her, and she's not tired, and she's not selfish,
right? Then why would you take her out? Right,
roll with her.
Lynnfield trying to make something happen here. It's a lot of dribbling, though.
I mean, that's the thing. That's the thing with Reese. I should probably start being nice to people since it's senior night. I mean, she's not going to play perfect. You know, she will make mistakes, but she's usually making the right decision. She's usually pushing the tempo. She's usually finding her players. You're never going to on Reese for being selfish or, you know, calling her number when she shouldn't. She's trying to make all of her players better. She's looking to win. She's not pro Reese. She's pro team. A girl like that, keep her out there.
So what she just did, and what she's about to do again right here, is I think the biggest difference I've seen in watching her play these last 4 years. So Reese of a year ago would have just dribbled that ball off as soon as she got that first pass.
Yep.
And she wouldn't have just looked up the court the same way. Because she has the motor and the speed, she often used to just try and take it in her own hands and make it happen.
Correct.
Now she's just a better passer, and she's more, it's crazy to say because when you watch her play, this word never comes to your mind, but she's more patient than she used to be.
Well, I completely agree with you. And I think that she's learned how to play a gear slower and use that to her advantage as a basketball player.
Right, when she needs to, and then yet the second half started with her making a steal, driving the length of the court.
Making a layup.
And that's hard. It's a hard thing to coach, too. It's hard to get a player to understand at the high school level how you have to have multiple speeds in a game. And sometimes showing that fastest speed early on isn't to your advantage.
Yeah, and, you know, and credit to Greg for using her that way as well. She's sort of been almost a part-time point guard the last couple of years as well, you know, sharing time with different players. And there's nothing wrong with that, but you sort of, when you have a player like Reese, she probably didn't develop as much as she could have because, you know, there was more of a timeshare. Now, you see, she's figured it out. She's finding where, great shot by Lily. She's finding where the class needs to be. She knows when to ratchet it down a gear. She knows when to sort of give it up so the defense can reset. She can take advantage of that.
Nice shot by Ava from the outside. Put herself on the board as well.
Oh, apologies. I thought I'd give that to Lily.
Oh, sorry, Lily. My bad. Looks like Riley McDonald might get some time in this game as well.
Good. That's good to see.
There's Reese. Could have driven to the basket. Decides not to. Gonna swing it out.
Good
now inside.
Good ball movement.
Back. Beautiful pass. Good look. Margaret Welch going to drop the three. Nicely done.
A lot of tools.
Again, that's the patience. She made the right pass rather than trying to take that herself.
See, I would like to see, candidly, 5:40 left in the fourth quarter, 23-point lead. Love to see Leah. Love to see Soph.
Yeah.
Is the Beverly game home or away?
It's at Beverly.
Okay, so this is our last home game.
Yes.
Presumably.
Yeah, there's plenty of time. 5.5.
Oh, understood.
So Riley McDonald coming in for the first time in this game. A sophomore as well. It's a strong sophomore class, that's for sure.
It is.
Ava Johnson, Lily Andrews got a lot of time out there, and Riley McDonald as well.
Yep.
Rebound for Kendall. The whole court in front of her, slows it down, finds Reese. Reese tempted to take that three, wasn't she? At least for a second, she thought about it. Isabel with a good look inside. Nice spin
Great
by
move.
Kendall.
What's interesting is that when Riley came in, as we saw with Margaret, they sort of had both Kendall and Margaret flash into the post and would have the offense run through them. They went to more of a 4-out with Riley. So I'm curious to see if Kendall's going to become a little bit more of the focus of the offense, even more than she has been.
Even more than she has been, yeah.
And she's open right there.
I can't do the math, but it's a lot of points. Blocked.
Great
block by number 12. Yep. That's a turnover right there.
course, when you have one player that's become even more the player of the focus elements, it's more easy for the defense to adjust to it too.
Yeah. So the Lynnfield coach calls a timeout. I'm not going to try and do the math right now, but at a minimum, we've got 6 players now that have scored for the Triton Vikings. The only two that we haven't, only 2 seniors that haven't scored. No, the only senior that hasn't scored is Isabel. And as you noted, she looks like she's been off the court a little bit. And we're going to see Ashley Jones come into this game as well now.
Excellent.
Kendall staying on the court along with Riley McDonald.
Reese is getting a break.
Isabel Reese is getting a break.
So I think we'll probably see is Bella take on more of the ball handling role that Reese played, which is fine because Bella has done a lot of that over the last 4 years.
Yeah, and then Triton's been lucky to have 2 players that can handle the ball like that and bring it up. There have been years, our teams, I'm sure. No, you always coached them, so you never had a question of having a ball handler, but I have seen that in the past as well.
No, and candidly, we had multiple. We had players other than Reese. Kendall's been bringing up the ball since she was 5th grade.
Right.
We didn't. When they suffered through me, we didn't really have even defined roles, quite frankly. So
you didn't have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 system.
No, we didn't have set starters. We had different starters every game. We never played zone. We never had a defined role.
Really, never played zone.
Never played zone, not once. It's immoral, Pat.
It's the 8th sin, I heard.
A great man-to-man defense looks like a zone anyway. And if you're going to play zone in high school, it's based upon man-to-man principles. It's a sin.
I'm not going to say I hear you, but I heard you say it earlier. So Lynnfield rotating that ball around, not really getting much of a good look, but that one almost went.
Good rebound by Ashley.
Ashley Jones in the game gets on the board gets in the stat book with a rebound. Although we don't have our stats guy here tonight, unfortunately, that's on me.
If Bella never shoot that.
Oh, she almost did right there, huh?
You want all your seniors.
Ashley with a chance to move, pivots around, takes that shot, doesn't go. It's a good move though. Triton's defense a little bit confused. The ball's going to bounce off of Triton and go out.
Yeah.
So Kendall getting a break. Isabel getting a break. Just under 4 minutes to go in the game.
Reese had a 30-second break.
Leah Hathaway back in, and it's a foul on Leah Hathaway. 25-point lead here with 3.5 to go. So post-game show is going to include Matt Doring crying as he talks to Kendall Liebert and Reese Renda.
You give me a bad rap, Heffernan.
I'm just honest. I'm direct and honest, man. That's my job here tonight. That pass doesn't quite work. Going to come back the other way. Lynnfield with a shot doesn't go. Reese, of course, with a rebound. And quick timeout. Seeing his player getting trapped and calls a timeout.
That's what I love. 23-point lead. Fabulous.
Chance now maybe to go to all the seniors, but no, he's gonna stick with who was out there.
Yeah. There's a million different right ways. There's no one right way. I mean, you either take them out one at a time, you let them all finish at the same time, you play it like any other game. They're all the right way.
And I think it's a little different. Like it's not like it's college where if you take them out in the last couple minutes, they're going to get like a big standing ovation. We're not going to see them on the jumbotron with the picture and stuff. But since that isn't the case, I'm going to say the right way is have them all on the court when this game ends.
Yeah.
That's what I think we're looking forward to. Hopefully, we're going to see that tonight.
I think that the crowd may have thought when Kenda came off that might have been happening because there was a bit of a woo.
Yeah.
It's the second time I've used the word woo.
It's all right. We'll forgive you. We'll let Bob go in and edit that part out. So, yeah. All right. So Lynnfield not giving up.
No, I was just going to say that. I mean, this is great. Play to the end.
Yeah.
And honestly, I like that press.
That press worked.
They did more of a trapping press, which they haven't done all game, and it almost worked.
Leah Hathaway, another three. That one's a little bit short. Reese Renda trying to get the rebound. Can't quite get there. Ball's going to come the other way. Looked for a minute like a bit of a loose zone, but it isn't. Instead, it's just sort of chaos on the court
I just
right
think
now.
it's a loose defense.
Yeah. A little bit of slip and sliding going on by the
Good hustle, Reese.
Lynnfield players. Reese almost forces a turnover. 13 seconds left, 3 minutes left in this game, and it's senior night here for these Triton Vikings.
Pretty good performance for a senior night. I mean, a
Fantastic.
must-win game. I think they're 8-9. This one's going to take them to 9-9. You know, playing a D1 team, you would think that's not going to hurt their power rankings, but of course you want to win that one as well. But to play with this tempo, to play with this intensity, to get a resounding victory, heading into presumably the playoffs,
Right.
that's what you want. That's what you're looking for.
This is the way you want to feel going into these playoffs.
Right.
So a little bit of challenge here, getting the ball over against that pressure. They're swinging around. Leah Hathaway. That one won't drop either. Oh, and a mistake there by Lynnfield to bat that ball out.
2.5 to go.
Reset the clock for the Triton Vikings. They're going to keep swinging around. Ava trying to make a move. Ashley doesn't happen. Oh, and a steal from Leah. And what do you call that?
A foof?
There you go, Coach.
Yeah.
There you go.
Trademark, not mine.
2 minutes to play almost. Probably three possessions left for these Triton Vikings, I think.
You know it before, but I mean, very good crowd tonight too.
Yeah.
I mean, just and not just like people in terms of number, but in terms of like participation and cheering the folks on. Here we go.
Seniors are up.
2 minutes
Seniors are
left.
coming in. So Lynnfield going to the line here. Don't think they're going to catch him. 50-27.
It was. If you notice that, so we have Kendall and Soph and Bella ready to check in, and they sort of like lean into each other and all sort of like clasp hands for a moment.
Nice.
Just sort of recognizing sort of where we are right now.
So round of applause as the seniors come back on the court for the last time. Let's get Bella the ball. Let's get her a basket. Let's see it.
I think he's going to take them out one at a time.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You might be right.
Yep. Put them all in. Take them out one at a time.
Oh, stepped on the line. No. Not going to take him out. Not sure what he's doing on the bench there.
A little bit of choreography going on right now.
Meanwhile, on the court, Lynnfield ended up with the ball again off a tip on after a rebound, and that's going to be a missed three. Reese with the ball. Now she wants to hurry it up. Finds Kendall.
He's going to do a mass up.
Under 2 minutes. Under 2 minutes. Here we go. This is their last possession.
Get it to Bella.
Get it to Bella. Let her shoot. Get it to Bella. Let her
Fire
shoot.
it.
Shoot. Just shoot. Somebody give her a screen so she can get open. There it is. Shoot that.
Pull it.
She's too good a player. Timeout, White. And there's the round of applause for the seniors. All right, come on, parents. Get up on your feet. Get up on your feet. And the seniors giving each other a nice big hug. Beautiful. There's going to be some tears when they come up here, Coach.
No.
I'm telling you it's going to happen.
Stoic.
So Triton ball, minute and a half to play. Juniors and sophomores on the court now. Margaret to inbound. And they still need to take some shots here. They can't just run out this clock. Actually, they need to shoot fast because there's only 5 on the clock. I don't know if they realize that.
They won't get a shot off.
Nope. So here's a rule change. Having watched an awful lot of basketball, I think they should get the ball out over half court. You force you get the ball anyway when you force a shot clock violation, but give it to them over half court. Make it even worth more.
Okay.
You with me on that?
I'm not going to argue with you.
All right.
Sort of like the NBA, you can advance it to half court.
Yes.
Timeout.
Yep. And in women's college basketball, you get to do that as well, but it's only in the last 3 minutes or something like that, or in the last 3 minutes of the second quarter and the fourth quarter.
I don't hate it. The only sort of counter I would say that is and not that we've seen it by either team tonight, but to see a phenomenal press that can be such a weapon, and so to take that away,
But
you're going to have to sell me on that.
you're taking it away from a team that just couldn't get a shot off.
I got it.
So
it's punitive.
yeah, it's the extra punitive, not just the ball, but the ball at half court.
Pat, you're a genius.
Yeah, well, that's never been said before and will never be said again, but I appreciate it. I'll keep this clip off of YouTube. Nice little drive
like
inside. Good strong block, though. Going to come the other way. Chance for Lynnfield to get a little three-pointer in. Won't go. Ashley trying to get a rebound. Won't go. Instead, it's going to be Margaret Welch with the rebound. She needs some help. She's got it.
Yeah, I'm not sure why Lynnfield didn't go to more of a trapping press
Earlier.
But credit Triton.
That ball bouncing around, and there's a turnover coming the other way. Under 20. We're going to end this game, I think, at 50 points. They didn't get to the 60 that we were hoping for.
Solid win.
Really solid win. And they got to blow the whistle a little faster there. So Triton can just dribble this ball out. Can end this game at 50 to 29.
Yep.
2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 25. You got,
Ava Johnson.
Does that basket count? Yeah? That basket counts, 53.
Yep.
Was that Ava Johnson?
That was Ava Johnson.
And that makes it, I think, 8 players that scored for Triton Vikings tonight. That is absolutely fantastic.
To see Leah Hathaway literally pick her up and twirl her around.
Absolutely fantastic. And Kendall Lieber with 25 points on the night, and it was right on the tip of my tongue to say she had half of Triton's points tonight. And in fact, she didn't. She got almost half of their points. She got 25 out of the 53. Absolutely fantastic game. Great senior night. Great to see the students here with their signs, holding them up.
Yep.
Very cool. Great big crowd from the parents, of course. Absolutely fantastic. A thank you to the Triton crew, whose name I forgot to write down. Again, I'm out of practice, Coach Doring. I'm just out of practice. But thank you very much to the Triton crew. They actually captured all the stuff before the game as well, phenomenal. with the parents going out for senior night, which is really nice. And we're going to have some interviews. We'll see Reese and Kendall Lieber come up here.
Okay.
I don't have a lot of questions for them. They're your players, so I'll turn it over to you. And a thank you, and again, to Owen Heffernan for coming in and giving us perspective on what senior night looks and feels like. It's been a while for him, but still, it's fun to hear him.
Yeah, but it's funny. It's been a while, but you could tell even with talking with Owen. I mean, he remembered it clearly. He knew what this moment meant, and all these years later, just sort of reflecting on that, it just shows how special a night this could be.
So first up is going to be Kendall Liebert, who scored 25 out of the 53 points tonight. A fantastic senior night for her. And Reese Renda coming up as well.
Yeah. We got to cut out the expletive.
This
Reese
sounds
said.
so good.
Isn't it nice?
Yeah, it's good quality.
Okay, Liebert, how many did you have?
Oh, I don't count.
Yeah, we did. So I think you promised 23 before the game.
You asked for 23.
I did.
Did I receive?
You got 25. Well done. Reese Renda with a crazy number of rebounds.
Hello. She's big in her heart.
I tried to post up there for you, but
She
I couldn't
did
get
post.
there.
Reese, you stole the ball, you took it the length of the court, you made a layup, and it went in. It was
Okay, but I
fabulous.
missed like 4 of
It
them.
took 4 years, but she got there.
Wasn't left-handed, but it got in there.
Don't matter. Don't listen to the replay. So first of all, I'm trying to keep it together. You guys played phenomenal tonight.
Thank you.
Just watching you play, watching you move the ball. Reese, you had a pass to Kendall on a breakaway that I've probably seen 100 times, and it was still beautiful.
Connect a little.
So tell me a little bit though about sort of that takes you to 9-9 on the year, correct?
Yeah. No, 10 and 9.
We're 10 and 8, I think.
10.
I want to say.
I think we're
Okay.
10 and 9.
So it looks like you're in good shape for the playoffs at this point. So heading to the playoffs, how do you feel about how the team is performing? Are you ready for the moment?
So I think that throughout each practice and each game, we get more of a bond and we kind of know each other more on and off the court. So that's a good way for us just kind of expecting where to go, who to see, who to know can guarantee a shot, can guarantee a rebound. So I feel like we just kind of have gained a relationship with each other that is so strong that we can easily get to the playoffs.
What was nice to see was two things. When I think it was David Johnson made the three at the end, and Leah picks her up and twirls her like a pirouette, and then you and Margaret, just sort of hugging at the end. But in terms of the basketball side of this, like it seems to me like watching this, you guys are playing almost like at a different tempo than you have in the past couple of years. It's probably a hallmark of Coach Dulles. But at the same time, knowing to shift to a half-court offense how has it been adjusting to the Coach Dulles system from what you guys have played with over the last 3 years?
It's so refreshing. I honestly feel like I've never had such a positive, like, on and off the court. Someone who cares about the sport, cares about the players, and for us to have such a good captains, like, kind of cycle with each other just because we've been playing with each other since, God, like
6th grade.
Yeah, no, more before that. Yeah,
Fourth.
yeah. So we just kind of like know when to give off space and stuff like that. So we can just I don't know. I'm just obsessed with how much he's shaped the whole program.
I think he's helped us a lot. Like also come together as a team. Like last year, we never really worked together. I feel like we were all kind of separated. But now I feel like we all love being here finally, and we all want to win. Like we want to keep going.
So, Reese, should I be offended that Kendall said she's never had a coach that cared about the players on and off the court before Coach Dulles?
I'm talking about for high school because you didn't follow us to high school.
We thought for the longest time you would be our coach forever.
We asked you to come with us, and you said no. You ditched us.
I'm teasing.
You should be offended.
We should just leave.
Pat,
we're done with
Pat, save me. Any
Senior
questions
night,
for
we're
these two?
So, Reese, I have to say one thing that really impressed me tonight that I saw is it's just your game is so different than it used to be, and that you're patient. And I don't know if you know that or not, but you're much more patient with the ball than we used to see in the past. And it's really amazing, and it's a credit, I think, also to Coach Dulles, and I think it's a credit to your teammates that they've given you the space to be more where you don't seem to feel like you're under pressure to always get that ball down the court as fast as possible.
Yeah.
Now, my bigger question, though, is one thing that Coach Doring pointed out is you went to the line tonight. Do you want to talk about your free throws?
I got the first one, and I knew the second one something bad was going to happen. I was talking, I was thinking, I had to get it up there and get it gone.
So Coach Doring didn't work with you on free throws ever when you were a
Absolutely
player?
not. He didn't do that.
Okay, this interview is going off the rails pretty quickly.
Go.
You got to go. And Kendall, please give her grief about wearing these soccer sweats on Triton
I
basketball.
don't even have shoes on.
So.
Represent.
Exactly.
We got team spirit. We got school spirit. It's our last year. We got to end with a bang.
We love school lately. We love basketball. We love everything.
Right.
We bleed blue.
All right. Go be with your family. Go with your parents. Personally, I have so loved watching you girls play.
Thank you
the
guys
last 8
so
years.
much. Don't make us cry
I
right now.
Great game
We
tonight.
have to take a picture now.
Wait.
Great game. Great game.
Thanks for doing this. I feel like this is what made it. This put the cherry on top of the night.
Thank you.
Do they?
See you guys.
Excellent. Thank you, Coach Doring. This was enormous fun.
time.
Enormous fun. Thank you, Bob. Thank you for giving us this opportunity. I really have enjoyed this immensely. These senior nights are so much fun. And thank you to the Triton Vikings for putting on a great basketball performance tonight.
Love to see it.
Excellent. Thanks.
Take care.